Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. I am Ashley.
And I'm Angelique.
And today we will be reviewing the new Fenty Beauty launch drop. This is the concealers and the translucent powder, I believe. And Fenty also dropped some new shades of foundation. They expanded the line to 50 foundations instead of 40. And they came out with 50 concealers and I believe 8 powders, right? So we all know Fenty Beauty skin complexion products do very well, and I think this is like the second biggest launch aside from their original Fenty Beauty launch. This launch is huge. Of course, we all know Rihanna does really well with the complexion products. The foundations was groundbreaking, revolutionary. The concealers I feel will be the same because it's 50 shades. 50 shades. I don't think there's ever been a brand that has had that many shades. Rihanna, like, she's doing the dang thing. She's doing what should have been done a long time ago.
Yes.
For her to come out with 50 shades right away for the concealers, like most brands like start off with like 20 and then like a few months later, maybe a year or so, they'll come out with more to be more inclusive. But Rihanna is just giving you straight inclusion straight out the box, including everybody, making sure that everybody has a concealer, everybody has a foundation, and I love that. We're gonna talk more about this while we're doing the review, but I really want to get started on trying out these new products. We have so much more to say though. But this morning we woke up bright and early to be the first ones at our Sephora to try out the new Fenty Beauty makeup launch. Actually, when we got to our Sephora, the display wasn't even out yet. The girl that worked there, she was still basically unboxing all the concealers and all the powders. She was putting them out, and I didn't want to wait around for the display to be ready because it looked like it wasn't going to be out anytime soon. So she basically just helped us, asked us what our foundation shade was, got a match for the concealer, and then we knew we already wanted the banana powder, so we went ahead and picked that up. Ashley got tested and matched just to make sure the concealer worked well for her skin tone, our skin tone, and our foundation color. But anyways, I don't want to talk too much. We're going to talk some more as we apply the products and tell you our experience at Sephora and how we like the product. But before we get started, do not forget to subscribe to our channel. Yes, please subscribe. We love to have you here permanently on our channel for good. Join the fam. We post new videos every week, and be sure to hit the notification button so you never miss them. So let's just get started. So we have, of course, our Fenty Beauty foundation. This is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter. We all know it's not new. Alright, so we're gonna really quickly go and do like the base of our face, like with the foundation and everything, and then when we get to the new products, we will talk about it. Alright, so here's our Sephora bag. They gave us like an obnoxiously big bag. For only 2 products. For 2 products. I mean, we could have had a smaller one, but it's okay. So this is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Instant Retouch Concealer. This is not Fenty Beauty's first concealer. Remember, she had the matchsticks. So this is more of like a cream to a powder concealer. The matchsticks, this is a liquid concealer. This is the new one. So we are foundation shade 380, and we got the concealer in 380 too. It's not the same color as our foundation though. So this is corresponding to the 380 foundation, but it's already matched to be lighter. Does that make sense? Yes. What Rihanna wanted to do is she wanted you to already know what concealer shade you need based on your foundation shade. So she sort of curated the concealer to be lighter than the foundation shade. For instance, like we're 380 on foundation, but then she also made the 380 concealer to be a lighter shade to be with the foundation. You understand what I mean? It's the same name, it's the same number, but it's actually lighter. She just chose the same number so that you know if you're 380 in foundation, you're 380 in concealer, even though the concealer is lighter than your foundation. It's just to make it easier to find, basically. Yes. I think that's genius. I've never heard of any other brand doing that. But see, Rihanna is just trying to make it easier for us, easier for the kids. If you're not really huge on makeup and you don't know much about concealers and shade matching and things like that. She made it easy for you, so I think that's really smart. I really love the packaging for the concealers. It looks just like the baby version of the foundation, which is really cute. I love the whole minimal frosted glass look. Sleek, super simple, but very, like, it looks high-end. Although it is kind of high-end, but it just looks very luxurious. The concealer has a wand. It's like a doe foot applicator. It's like more like the ColourPop one. It's not quite as flexible as the ColourPop ones. The ColourPop concealer is my favorite concealer of all time. I have it right here, and we're gonna compare because to me, if Fenty Beauty is better than this one, then like that's like the best for me. I really love the ColourPop concealers, and this one in particular, this one is called the No Filter Concealer. So may I say this might be a dupe? Possibly. The applicator is a little stiff. It's not as flexible as the ColourPop one. It of course applies nicely. It's a nice applicator. So I'm gonna go ahead and compare the colors, because this, to me, this color matches perfectly. Like, it's the perfect concealer shade for me. It's like brightening, it's a little yellow, but it still goes really good with the foundation. And I usually use this concealer with my Fenty foundation. Oh, they're very similar. Wow. Yeah, they're very similar. So this one right here is the ColourPop one, the No Filter Concealer, and this one is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Concealer. Okay, so yes, they are really similar in shade. The Fenty is a little bit more on the neutral side, and the ColourPop one is a little bit more on the yellow side, which I like. But I don't know, I'm gonna blend out this Fenty concealer now. Right off the bat, I'm noticing that it doesn't dry that fast. It actually doesn't dry as quickly as the foundation does. If you've tried the foundation, you know that it dries very fast, so you have to work fast. As well as the matchsticks, they dry really fast too, so you do have to work with the product a lot quicker because it will dry on you. But this concealer, I've had it on my face for a while. I mean, you guys saw, we've been talking. It's been on my face for a minute without it being blended, and it's not drying that quickly, which I like. So this concealer is $26, usually around the price of a high-end brand at Sephora concealer, like the Tarte ones. Not too bad, but I do wish this was a little bigger, because this is kind of small. I believe the foundation is how much? The foundation is 34 for 32 milliliter, 1.8 fluid ounces, and the concealer is 24 for 0.27 fluid ounces. I wish the concealer was a little cheaper, considering that you don't get a lot of products. Right. Maybe $18 would have been nicer, but yes, I mean, it is what it is. It's a little pricey for the size and how much product you're getting. Now that I've blended out the concealer, I really like this finish. It's so smooth, it looks natural. To me, it's more of like a medium to full coverage concealer, because as you know, the foundation is a really light coverage foundation, which I love light coverage. Now that the concealer has dried down, it looks like a powdered finish. It just looks so smooth, it looks retouched, it's just so smooth. It's very full coverage. Like when I was watching Rihanna's video on the concealers when they first came out, she mentioned that it looks like you put a filter over your face. Yes. And it looks exactly like this. My face looks so smooth. It's a very thick concealer. Like, it applies very thick, it finishes very thick. It's amazing, honestly. This is probably my new favorite concealer. Although I like the ColourPop one, I feel like the finish on the Fenty one is better. Like, it looks a lot better. I love how it conceals like all my dark spots. You don't see any lines underneath my eyes, you don't see any imperfections. My nose, it completely fills in my pores. Like, you can't even tell. Like, it literally looks like there's a filter on your skin. I'm probably gonna apply a little bit more concealer on my forehead to just sort of like smoothen my skin out, because it just really smooths out the surface of your skin. I love that. So as far as the color goes, it is, I think, a little bit closer to my skin tone than what I'm used to for a concealer, but honestly, I like it because when I put on the powder, it's gonna help brighten my under eye up anyways. So although it's a little lighter than my foundation, I feel like it just looks really natural, and I like that. Yeah, so I'm here for it. I really wasn't expecting to like a more neutral tone concealer that is so close to my foundation, but I like it. I'm open-minded to it. I really do want to try this out a little bit more and continue to wear it, but so far I really like it. Okay, so let's move on to the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Instant Retouch Setting Powder. I'm so excited about this. We got this in the shade Banana. This comes in 8 shades. Again, Fenty Beauty has made a really deep shade for more of the deeper skin tone, POC, people of color. Yeah, so it does come in a really deep powder shade, which is amazing. You know, sometimes that's really hard to find for some people that want a full face powder. Okay, so like we said, we got the powder in the Banana shade, but there's also a shade called Butter, Lavender, Banana, which is what we have, Cashew, Honey, Hazelnuts, Nutmeg, and Coffee, which is the darker shade. I think this is the first complexion product that Rihanna has launched that she actually used names for.
Yes.
I remember in the beginning she didn't really want to use names like for the foundations because usually it's kind of like associating the color with like a food usually or place, and it just can be a little controversial, so numbers really was the safest way to go. She actually used names this time around, and I'm not really sure why. I kind of like that she just stuck with numbers, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe the numbers were getting too confusing. She didn't think it's easy to understand or keep up with, but anyways, I want to go into reviewing this product. This is the powder. First of all, let's talk about this packaging. So cute. I love how sleek, simple, but it's got like that little Fenty Beauty pink rose gold color that they usually have. The top is like a metallic shiny cover. It says Fenty Beauty on the front. It's in this honeycomb shape that Fenty Beauty does sometimes. The bottom is clear plastic, and then you can see the powder inside. I like that the bottom is clear so you can kind of see how much product you have left.
Yes.
The packaging in itself, the container is very large, and you know, like how sometimes when brands have packaging that's really large but there isn't a lot of product in it, this one does look like it has a lot of product in it. There is 0.98 ounces worth of powder on here, which I think is pretty good. For the size, I'm going to go ahead and remove the protecting tape. This powder, by the way, is $32. Honestly, not too bad.
Yeah.
Price is pretty good. Yeah, I mean, it is a high-end brand that they carry at Sephora, so compared to other brands like Charlotte Tilbury, which is very expensive, Tom Ford, Marc Jacobs, it's not bad. It's pretty good. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and try out the powder. Okay, right off the bat, as I'm looking at the powder, to me, it's not that yellow. It's a little more nude, neutral. I mean, when I think of yellow powder, banana powder, I think of just straight like yellow powder. And that's what I'm used to, and that's what I like. But I'm open-minded, like I said before, so let's try it. And when I say what I'm used to, I'm thinking of the Beauty Bakery powder, which I love. It's like a perfect shade of yellow. It's so brightening. Okay, I'm gonna just let this sit. I can't really say much about it now because I have to see when I'm done wiping it off. Ooh, I can already tell it's probably not the best powder I've ever tried, just because I feel like it's not, let me touch it. It feels nice. It just feels like a powder, like a regular powder, but some powders are really finely milled and they velvety, and they apply a lot smoother and thinner. It's a little blotchy, like it's stuck to like certain places more than others, but I'm gonna go ahead and wipe it off and see if it actually like stays or not. The powder has the signature Fenty Beauty scent, the really light like lavender, floral soft smell. It smells really good. Yeah. Just wanted to point that out. I'm gonna actually go ahead and do my brows right now, but I just wanted to talk a little bit more about the expansion to the foundations. Fenty Beauty had their deepest shade, which I believe was 490, and I think I know they added 2 shades darker, 2 more shades that are deeper to the spectrum, which is really great. I know that when I was watching some reviews, like Nikki Perkins and her sister is actually Ducky, one of the models for Fenty. Yes. Which is also, they have similar skin tones, and she mentioned that it wasn't quite deep enough for her, like there wasn't a contour shade for her in the Fenty line and things like that. So I think Rihanna definitely did take notes and expanded the line for people that are of a deeper complexion. So the deepest shade now in Fenty Beauty is 498, and the description for that is for very rich, deep skin with neutral undertones. Like Ashley said, Rihanna's doing what should have been done a long time ago, and I think all of a sudden since Fenty Beauty came out and other brands saw how inclusive Rihanna's being, they feel the need to do the same for sales, really. But it's kind of like a slap in the face, because I don't know why brands didn't think people of color, very deep skin tones, don't buy makeup, don't need a foundation that's deep enough for them. I just don't understand why that was ever an issue or in question. But like we said, Rihanna did what should have been done, and I'm glad that she's doing it, and I will always continue to support Fenty Beauty, because it really changed the game in makeup. It's groundbreaking. It was. And it's the first brand that really had a really wide spectrum of foundation shades, concealers. It's really like making history. And like she said, I have been noticing a lot of brands that are coming out with foundations and concealers and everything like that, and they're like, hey, we're inclusive too. Everybody wants to be inclusive. To them it's like a trend now. I mean, they're making it into a trend when it's something that is just should have been happening. It's real life. People come in so many different shades, and everybody should have the opportunity or the option to buy makeup, to wear makeup. So it's important to realize that mine and others that have much darker skin than I do, we're not a trend. Our skin tone is not a trend. We're just people that would like to wear makeup, and it would be nice if brands actually catered to our skin tones. I don't think that's too much to ask for. They cater to those who are much fairer and lighter in skin tone. I don't see why they can't make shades that are really dark for people that are that skin tone. Like, it's really not that much to ask. We really shouldn't even have to ask, to be honest. And like we said in our very first Fenty Beauty review, when the new Fenty Beauty line launched, we did a review on some products, and we talked a little bit about being mindful of the brands that you buy from and that you support. You should just keep in mind, you know, because a lot of brands are not here for everybody. They're not inclusive. They don't care about the people that are really deep in complexion, and honestly sometimes they don't care about the people that are really light in complexion, like the really light people, or if they're albino, you know, they just don't think about that. And you really should, because you're making makeup for the people, you know, your customers can be anybody. So you really do want to be inclusive. Just be mindful of the brands that you support, because some of them just refuse to cater to people that of really deep complexion or of really light complexion. So stay woke, kids. Okay, so we finished up our makeup and final thoughts on the new products. So when it comes to the concealer, I really like that. That one's probably my favorite out of the two. The finish is beautiful. The color match to my foundation, really good. Finish is probably my favorite part. Not a huge fan of the applicator, but it's definitely like not a big deal. It's fine. The concealer, I like it too. I really can't say much about it. Nothing negative about the concealer. I like it. I recommend it. When it comes to the powder on the other hand, to me it's not anything different. It's not anything new. I do wish that the banana powder was more of a banana shade. It's not as bright or yellow as I'd like it. I'm used to a lot more brighter powders. I mean, if you're gonna call it banana, have it be banana. To me, it was too neutral. Like Ashley said, nothing revolutionary. I guess maybe because I have high expectations for Fenty Beauty, I expect every product to be sort of revolutionary, and I really shouldn't, because it's just, you know, it's just a makeup brand. But Fenty Beauty is a revolutionary makeup brand. I mean, to me, everything that she comes out with needs to be popping. It needs to be new. It needs to be different. It needs to be what you feel like you have to buy, because it's that good. The powder, it's good. It's just, it's good. It's good. Yeah. The powder, yeah. The finish is good. The packaging is probably my favorite part about the powder. The product in itself, like we said, I wish it was a little lighter. I wish it was more banana colored. The consistency of the powder, it's just average. The way it applies, it left my skin pretty smooth, and it looks like there's a filter on it. So as far as that, it's pretty good. Yeah, like I said, nothing amazing, spectacular, but it's a good powder. So yeah, that is our review on the new Fenty Beauty drop, the line of the concealers and the powders. I really hope this was informative for you guys. I really hope you learned something from this, you got something from this video. Please do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Check out our blog, ashleyandangeliqueblog.com, and we will see you next time. Bye.